Stereotypes are important for a functioning society because they fulfill the human need for organization. Categorizing individuals into groups creates a simple way to understand a complex group of people. The Southern stereotype fulfills different needs. When able or unwilling to obtain all the information about a certain group of people in the South because of a lack of time, contact, or desire, people rely on stereotypes to fill in the blanks. Also, comparison of groups allows for a feeling of superiority within the unit.
Country music television, also known as CMT, also known as the VH1 for sexually transmitted hillbillies.
For example, in the media, popular public figures often degrade a group of people to portray their behavior as acceptable and the other group as inferior. Southern stereotypes help some individuals identify with others within their own stereotype and form individual gender roles to fulfill based on these categorizations. All types of media have reinforced these ideas, thus strengthening Southern stereotypes and images that are otherwise on the decline. Even though fewer people fit into the Southern stereotype today, the expansion of the media has allowed the stereotypes to remain prevalent.
This is what I want for the cake toppers. I want 2 squirrels sitting on top of the cake, and I'm going to put a camouflage dress on one of them and dress, you know, like a bride and a groom.
You sure you want squirrels on top of our wedding cake?
Yeah, why not? I'm going to put a little dress on it and a little hair bow right here. She's going to sit on top of the cake. It can make her smile. Yay! I got mine. Thank you, baby.
My, what have we here?
Butterfinger Snackers.
I've never heard of those.
Oh, they're just the latest thing. Chocolatey little treats.
Women in the South feel pressure to live up to the image of a Southern belle. The traditional idea of the Southern belle is that she should be polite, humble, and pleasing to others. Appearance is of the utmost importance to the Southern woman. Modern Southern women have attempted to defy the Southern stereotype by being more outspoken about their opinions and rights, yet the media does not highlight this transformation of the Southern woman.
Thank you so much. How do I entertain a packed house? With my new Electrolux appliance.
Women in the South have faced pressure in the past to get married at a young age, but modern Southern women must learn how to balance career and motherhood, while also pleasing everyone else. The complexity of Southern women's roles in society sparks the debate of why women have and continue to be portrayed to be less honorable in comparison to hardworking men.
He says, I think I'm going to make that one different.
On the other hand, there is not as much pressure on men to get married as there is on a Southern woman. Rather, one type of Southern man can be portrayed in the media as independent and self-sufficient. Traditionally, Southern gentlemen care for women by displaying chivalrous acts such as opening the door for women.
Your name is just about in a swamp by a frog. I do it all.
However, the media displays another type of Southern man as ignorant, quite contrary to the Southern gentleman. The conflicting ideas of Southern men as both honorable and ignorant that are portrayed in the media suggest there cannot be truth to both stereotypes, unless there are different categories of Southern men, in which case the two stereotypes can coexist and serve to describe different groups of people.
Gator say. What a gator say. Dude.
Evelyn tried food.
Both Southern belles and Southern gentlemen experience a transition upon marriage. The Southern belle changes from the pleasing young lady to the caretaking wife and mother, whereas the Southern gentleman experiences a shift from the independent young man to the reliant husband. The media portrays the Southern woman as submissive to her husband, who in turn expects everything to be provided in the house for him after a long day of work. The equality of Southern women with Southern men has yet to reach the media, almost as if the media has decided to overlook the truth of our modern society and prefers instead to focus on past ideas of Southerners that serve a different need, perhaps a need to make those outside of the South view the region as antiquated, while in turn promoting their own as progressive and improved.
Hey y'all, I'm Paula Dean. Butter, but tickle butter.
The media has convinced countless numbers of people that men and women of the South really are a different species. Not only do many people in the South find no problem with the demeaning stereotypes played out in popular media, but they also take on the stereotypes as their own identity. Southern belles have formed a name for themselves as elite, beautiful young ladies who feel inadequate without the approval of men. All aspects of their lives must give off the persona of a well-put-together lady who must uphold certain moral standards. Southern gentlemen have not identified with their stereotypes quite as obviously as Southern women. However, it is clear that many young men either attempt to fulfill the stereotype of Southern gentlemen, or for those who are less privileged, may settle for the ignorant man who answers to labels such as redneck or hillbilly. Southern gentlemen have not identified with their stereotypes quite as obviously as Southern women. However, it is clear that many young men either attempt to fulfill the stereotype of Southern gentlemen or for those who are less privileged, may settle for the ignorant man who answers to labels such as redneck or hillbilly. Remember, though, that these Southern stereotypes do not represent the entire region of the South, and that for the most part, the Southern stereotypes portrayed by the media are antiquated ideas that are slowly diminishing.
Recent polls have shown a fifth of Americans can't locate the U.S. on a world map. Why do you think this is?
I personally believe that U.S. Americans are unable to do so because some people out there in our nation don't have maps, and I believe that our education, like such as in South Africa and the Iraq, everywhere like such as, and I believe that they should, our education over here in the U.S. should help the U.S. or should help South Africa and should help the Iraq and the Asian countries, so we will be able to build up our future for our children.
Thank you very much, South Carolina.